call this homomorphism as epimorphism. Now, if this homomorphism is injective as well as surjective, that is, it is monomorphism as well as epimorphism, then the homomorphism is known to us as isomorphism. And if we have the homomorphism which is defined from G to H, now if both the sets are equal, that is G is equal to H, then we say that this is endomorphism, that is we are defining this homomorphism on the set itself. And if we have one endomorphism which is bijection, that is bijective function, then we say that this endomorphism is actually a automorphism. So these are different kind of homomorphism we have depending on their nature, that is whether it is injective, surjective or bijective, and from where to where it is actually defining. We are defining the homomorphism, so depending on that we give the name of this homomorphism. They have different name, that is monomorphism, epimorphism, isomorphism, endomorphism and automorphism. So now let us have some example with us. So let us discuss the example whatever we have earlier. So previously we had this example that Z plus, and we have another group with us, that is with the usual dot operations. And how we are defining this homomorphism? So we are defining that phi of n, this is equal to 1 if n is even, and this is equal to -1 if n is odd. So this was homomorphism defined from the group Z plus to the group this one. So we have already proved that this one is homomorphism. So now tell me, is this injective function? Is this function injective? Is this function injective? Anyone please, is this function injective? Is this function injective? Yes or no? Is this function injective? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is injective. So what is the definition of injective? So suppose we are define a function from A to B. A function is said to be injective if for all the elements in the range set should have one unique element. So what are the element in the range set on the function phi? What are the elements in the range? we are defining this function from Z to this set. So what are the element in the range set? What are the elements in the range set?
1 and minus 1, sir.
So then what is the pre-image of this 1 and minus 1? Are they unique?
No, sir.
So this is not injection. So since this is not injection, so that means this is not an monomorphism. So now you have to check whether this is surjection or not. So is this a surjection? That means each and every element in the codomain must have one pre-image, at least one pre-image in the domain. So what are the elements in the codomain? What are the elements in the codomain of this function phi? What are the elements in the codomain of the function phi? What are the elements in the codomain? What are the elements in the codomain? Okay, so you are not in the mood of listening or studying or anything. So this is the example whatever we had earlier, that is f of 2, that is we are defining the function from g to h. G was the set that is integer, and we have the set that is 1 and minus 1, so we can define the function from g to h by even and odd. So if it is even, then it goes to 1, and if it is even, then it is minus 1. So this is not monomorphism because this is not injective function, this is surjective. So this is epimorphism, but it is not that is, it is not monomorphism. So similarly, we had another example, that is f of z is equal to 3z. So we are defining the function from z to z, and we have defined earlier that is, this is one homomorphism and this is epimorphism, but not monomorphism. So this is not epimorphism, but this is monomorphism. So similarly, if we define the function from R to R plus, that is from set of real number to set of positive real numbers, so we can check that by the function that is f of x is equal to e to the power x, then you can check that this one is also injection as well as surjection. So this is bijection, so this is homomorphism, that is this homomorphism is isomorphism. And this example is the example of this bijection function, that is, this is we are taking the domain and codomain as the same set, so a and n. So this is, since this is bijection, so this is automorphism, and if we define the function that is g of a is equal to a square, so we can check this is not a surjection. So this is endomorphism only, but this is not automorphism. So we have one theorem with us, that is we have one homomorphism defined from g to h. So is the theorem says that if we have the homomorphism is if the homomorphism is monomorphism, then the kernel of phi is E only, that is singleton set E. But and in the reverse way also, if kernel of phi is E, then the reverse is also true, that is this is a homomorphism is monomorphism. So this is the proof, how we are doing the proof. So we are assuming that the phi is injective, so at first we have to do the from left to right. So we are assuming that phi is injective, so then we are assuming that there is one element in the kernel of phi. So if we define that this a is kernel of phi, so phi of a is equal to e dash, and we know that phi of e is e dash also. So since this is true, that is phi of e is equal to e dash and phi is equal to phi e, so we can see that this a is equal to e by the definition, since it is injective function. So we can write this one is a is equal to e. So conversely, if we assume that kernel of phi contains only a singleton element, that is E, that is identity element. So if we assume that kernel of phi is E, and if we have that two elements, that is A and B, which belongs to G, so we can write that we assume that phi of A is equal to phi of B. So we need to show that this is A is equal to B. So how we can show? So since we have phi of A is equal to phi of B, so we can write from here that is phi of B into phi of A inverse is equal to E prime. So from here, using the previous result, we can write phi of B is equal to phi of A inverse. From there, we can write phi of B into A inverse, that is using the property of homomorphism. So from here, we can write that B into A inverse is nothing but the identity element E. So from here, we can write A is equal to B. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
It is clear. Okay. So no problem. So now we have the isomorphism. So what is the isomorphism is actually, we have already defined that if we have one homomorphism which is defined from G to H, if it is bijection, then we say that this is isomorphism. So suppose we have two groups G and H, and we are defining the isomorphism between them, then we say that these two groups are actually isomorphic to each other. Then we write that G is isomorphic to H using this symbol. So this is the symbol to represent the isomorphism. So if we write this symbol, that means we are actually writing two groups, they are isomorphic to each other. That means there exists one bijection between these two groups. So for example, you can check that Z plus and 2Z plus, these two groups has bijection between them. The function should be f of n is equal to 2n. So by this you can check that these two groups are isomorphic to each other. So the next is one theorem, that is we have one function phi which is defined from G to H, and we have another homomorphism which is defined from phi H to K. So they are homomorphism, then you have to prove that the composition function psi composition phi which is defined from G to K, this is homomorphism also. So let us prove this one. The first one, so we have three groups with us. So let us phi star, this is one group, sorry, we have G star, we have H, and this is Kronecker product, and K Kronecker sum. So we have the homomorphism which is defined from G to H. We have another homomorphism which is defined psi from H to K. Now we have to prove that psi composition phi which is defined from G to K, this is also homomorphism. So that means since this is defined from G to K, so let us choose two element A and B belongs to the set G, and we apply this function on these two elements. So this is psi composition phi. We are applying this on A star B since A and B belongs to G. So by the definition of composition function, that is we know psi composition phi of X is equal to psi of phi of X. We know this thing. So from here we can write psi of phi of A star B, so which is equal to psi of phi of A. So since this A star B is in G and we are applying this function from which is defined from G to H, so this phi of A, so this is homomorphism, so this phi of A goes to H. So phi of A Kronecker sum phi of B. So again, since this psi is homomorphism, so we can write psi of phi of A, this is Kronecker product. Since we are going to this K set, so this is Kronecker product psi of phi of B. So using this definition, we can write this is psi composition phi of A, Kronecker product psi composition phi of B. So we have shown that this is homomorphism, that is this function, if phi and psi both are homomorphism, then this function composition function psi composition phi, this is also homomorphism. So is there any question, any doubt?
No, sir.
So we have proved that the first result, that if phi is defined from G to H is homomorphism, and the psi which is defined from H to K, this is also homomorphism, then psi composition phi which is defined from G to K, this is also homomorphism. So this is a proof, this is already given here. So now we have the next result, that is if this function, that is homomorphism, which is defined from G to H, if this is isomorphism, and the homomorphism which is defined from H to K, this is also isomorphism, then the homomorphism psi composition phi which is defined from G to K, this is also isomorphism. That means we have the same result as previous, only all are isomorphism. So at first, that means we have to prove that this psi of phi, that is psi composition phi, this is homomorphism. Then we have to check that whether this is bijection or not, and this is very easy to prove. So you can prove as we did earlier, to show that a given function, when it is called bijection, if it is injection as well as surjection, so you have to prove the injection and surjection, and you can prove it easily. So with the help of the previous result, that is a homomorphism result, we can show that this is bijection also, so that this is isomorphism also. So number 3 is, we have the function phi which is defined from G to H is an isomorphism. Then we have to show that the phi inverse is also an isomorphism. So let us prove this one. So what we have phi which is defined from G to H. So let us assume that the group is G composition and this is H star. So since this phi is given that this is bijection, so it is very clear that the phi inverse, this is also bijection. So we know that if we have a function which is bijection, then the inverse function of the phi of that function is also bijection. So this phi inverse is bijection also. Now what is left? We have to prove that this phi inverse is homomorphism also. That means it is given that this phi is an isomorphism, that means it's a bijection function, and as well as this is homomorphism. So with the help of the property that this phi is homomorphism, we have to show that phi inverse is also homomorphism. So let us choose one element from two elements from H, suppose x and y, such that phi of A equal to x and phi of B is equal to y. So from here we can write that A is nothing but phi inverse of x and B is nothing phi inverse of y. So what we can write, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute, I lost my internet connection. Okay, is it visible? My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are assuming that this x and y, they actually belongs to this H, such that f of a is phi of a is equal to x and phi of b is equal to y. So we can write this a is equal to phi inverse x and this b is equal to phi inverse y. So we can write that where this x and y is actually, where this x and y, in which set it belongs, in which set this x and y belongs, from where we are actually taking this x and y. Where we and y, from please answer from written, from which set we are assuming x and y. We are taking this x and y. Please answer. Are you want to pass in this exam or not? In the class test? Are you there? Any students are there or not? Are you listening to me or not? Yes or no? Then why you're not answering? So it is clearly written, everything is clearly written. I am just asking you to have some response from you, that is at least I can know that you are listening. So it is clearly written x and y, they are belongs to h. So you are not saying, sir, this is in h. So you are thinking this one. I am writing here x and y, this belongs to h, and I am asking that from where we are taking this x and y, you are not giving the answer. So what can I think? So what is the operation in this h defined here? What is the operation? Which operation is defined on this h? The set h. Which operation is defined on this h? Which operation is defined on this h? So I am very sorry to say that you are not listening, and okay, so I am not bound to teach you. So I just write it down and you just learn. I don't know how you learn. So we can write that phi inverse x star y using the definition of homomorphism. We can write it is phi inverse x composition phi inverse y. So this is nothing but A composition B. So from here we can write this is phi inverse X composition phi inverse B. So we have proved that this function, that is the inverse function, which is defined from H to G, this satisfy the properties of homomorphism. So this is a homomorphism. So since this is bijection and this is homomorphism, so we can say that this phi inverse is also an isomorphism. Element will be mapped to this. So this is an automorphism. Sorry, there is problem in the network, so that's why I am sometimes I am disconnecting. So am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So we have proved these four properties. That is, if phi and psi, which is defined, phi is defined from G to H, if this is homomorphism, and psi, which is defined from H to K, if it is homomorphism also, then phi composition, psi composition phi, this is also homomorphism. So now if we define this as isomorphism, then if we define this phi from the set G to H and the isomorphism psi from H to K, So the composition function, that is psi composition phi, this is also isomorphism. So what we have that from 2 we can write that if we have two groups G and H and they are isomorphic, so that is we have two groups. From the 3 we can write we have two groups G and H if they are isomorphic to each other, then 5 inverse say that there exists one function which is a homomorphism from H to G, which is also isomorphism, that is H and G, they are isomorphic. So this is actually nothing but the symmetric property. And 2 says that if we have one isomorphism which is defined from G to H, and we have another isomorphism which is defined from H to K, then we must have one isomorphism psi composition phi which is defined from G to K. Then we can write that these G and K, these are also isomorphic. So if G is isomorphic to H and if H is isomorphic to K, then from 2 we can write that G is isomorphic to K. So this is nothing but the transitivity property. And finally from 4 we can write that for a given group we can always define one automorphism in it. That means the group is isomorphic to itself, that is this one, that is G is isomorphic to itself G. So that means we have the 3 properties there, that is this isomorphic relation is reflexive, this is symmetric, and this is transitive also. So that means this is an equivalence relation. So this is it, that is we know that given a set X, if we can define one equivalence relation which is a subset of X cross X, and if this relation has the 3 properties, that is it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then we say that the relation R which is defined from the set is equivalence relation. And this is it, this is for today. So is there any question, any doubt? You can ask. I think you don't have any doubt. Do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Name and roll number. Please write your name and roll number in the chat box. And also give the response here. Say in the Google form, give your attendance, and who are not writing their roll number, name and roll number in the chat box. If anyone else give the attendance through the Google form, their attendance will not be considered.